Okay, so we got some interesting stuff to talk about the next global banner, right? Because global has been getting a banner every week, and we got Meliodas last week, so of course we might get a new one this week. And the talk of the town is Valenti. Now I've already kind of expected Valenti to come out because what happened on JP when Blue DMLs came out? He released with Blue Lilia. Let me actually bring her up. He released with Blue Lilia. And the devs clearly do not expect for them to be as strong as they were, so they immediately released Valenti right after to counter them. If you don't know why, it's because Lilia increases all allies' pierce rate by 50% of her own pierce rate. So if you give her gear with pierce rate, she's going to be increasing Meliodas a lot, and you know Meliodas triples the pierce rate on his attack, and that's why he hits so hard, right? Now Valenti decreases the enemy's pierce rate by her own resistance. So you give her a gear with resistance, and then the enemy's Blue Meliodas doesn't do anything. It literally doesn't do anything. So this is why they released Valenti like almost right after they released Blue Meliodas and Lilia to counter them, because it was clearly a mistake. Now the reason why the rumors floating around is because I heard this like I think like 2 days ago. And I was like, okay, we got a screenshot, and I saw this screenshot from multiple versions, from like desktop and from mobile. Apparently, the Facebook French page posted a picture of her costumes and immediately deleted it. Now that does not mean that she's confirmed at all. That doesn't mean at all that she's confirmed. So it might not be her next week, but it's a good idea. And again, I was expecting for it to be Valenti. Now. Actually, the Valenti game, but I don't know if I should need to show her. She is a good unit to counter Blue DM Meliodas. In the other sense, other than for countering Blue DM Meliodas, she is garbage. She just is garbage. So it's the thing, right? People have been asking me, should I summon for Valenti when she comes out? If you have Blue DM Meliodas, skip Valenti and summon for Blue Lilia. Now, if you don't have Blue DM Meliodas, and you want to counter Blue DM Meliodas, and you want to be a cock in PvP, yes, no for Valenti. Valenti makes part of the most annoying, I don't want to say annoying, the most boring team in PvP. If you think Kingdom's boring, try facing Valenti, Green Lilia, Green Gale Thunder, and Merlin. Now, the matches against that team are not fun, because Valenti is going to be running your, ruining your pierce rate, right? So you're not going to be able to break Merlin's shield as easily. And then Lilia reduces your attack by 16%, and then Gale Thunder boosts everyone's defense on that team by 30%. Defense really is stats, so you almost not critting, you're almost not doing damage at all. And they stall you to get Lilia's ultimate and keep ulting you. And because, on JP it's different, right? Because on JP, everyone that played the Slime collab got a free 6/6 Lilia. On global, that's not how that went. So it's not gonna be as easy to just build that team, right? Because almost no one's gonna have a green Lilia 6 out of 6. Only the whales that decided to summon that banner. Which, speaking of, people have been speculating, and I don't think this is gonna happen. I do not think this is gonna happen. That either, right? The reason why they didn't give Green Lilia 6 out of 6 on global was because they'll give Valenti 6 out of 6 on global. And I do not think that's going to happen. I do not expect that. And other than that, if that happens on global, I'm uninstalling global, because she is legitimately the most boring character in the game. Her cards decrease defense and decrease attack. That's all she does. That's why by herself, if you're not facing a Blue DM Meliodas, she is a bad unit. But on that team, it kind of works, because before you ult with Lilia, you decrease enemy's defense related stats. So it's also decreasing resistance, which is big. And then you ult. But other than that, she's not very good. It's what I'm saying. Like, if you face, it's what happens, right? If you're using the team with her, and you face a Blue DM Meliodas, you will probably win, because ruining their pierce is gonna make them not do any damage. I made a cut to get some stuff. I was saying, you're reducing the pierce rate, so he's not doing any damage to you, right? So you'll probably win. Even still, the match is gonna be long, because your team is probably not gonna have any DPS unless you're running like. For her, you need to use Green Gale Thunder in the back. You need to run her ungeared with Green Guild Founder in the back. If you're running ungeared, her base resistance is only 20%. So she does not work on ungeared. Is what I mean. She only works on geared as well, because you need to give her the full resistance on her gear stats, right? If you don't, she won't do anything, because she only has 20 base resistance. And with costumes and in Star System, you can bump to like 30, like, right? But Lilia is gonna be giving 25 because her base is 50%. And with costumes and upgrade, you can maybe bump like 55, 56. So she's gonna be giving around 25 to 28% to Meliodas. And Meliodas' base is 40, and again, with costumes and everything, you can bump to like maybe 46, 47. So you're not really... You're nerfing him, but you're not 100% making him useless, right? So it's only on geared. That's first of all, it's only one game mode of PvP that she works on. And then, you need to put your Guild Founder in the back, so you need to 80 him, which most people should, anyways. So you have other 2 slots in your team, which should be Ult Rush units. And if the enemy is running anything else that isn't Blue DM Meliodas, let's say they're running Ult Rush. Well, you lost, because they are just gonna ult you with King, and you just lose. You just lose. So it's just... Don't summon for Valenti. Only if you really want to counter Meliodas. Only if you're really getting annoyed at Meliodas, alright? And if you don't have him, alright? But you can just pull them whenever. So here's the thing. We had this image in the files for a little while now, which makes sense now to why, we didn't have a Blue Lilia banner, because Valenti might come out first. The green Valenti banner will probably have green Lilia in there. And that's such a slap in the face to every single person that summoned for Green Lilia. Which, shame on you for summoning. If you did summon for Green Lilia, you deserve a slap in the face, so good. But still, if you do summon for Valenti, you will probably be pulling some Green Lilias in there, hopefully, if you do summon. So, you will, be summoning for the tanky team, because Green Lilia makes part of the tanky team, lowering an enemy's attack by 16%. Also, there's this is not anything with banners, but it's interesting to see. But there's also, people have been asking me who is going to be the 100-day celebration banner, and it will probably be Blue Merlin. And the reason why I bring this up is because people, should I wait for the, should I save for the 100-day celebration? I legitimately think that you are much better off, right? In my opinion, skipping Valenti. Unless you want to be a cock, skipping Valenti, summoning for Blue Lilia, which is a god tier unit on anything. She's a god tier unit in the game. I don't know why Green Castle Base has PvE farming as to, I'm gonna slap her. It should be at maximum. She's a god tier unit in the game, in general. And she does not fall off, because Valenti, right now, on PvP, for the past, I want to say 3-4 months, on JP, has not seen any play at all, because a better countering unit for Meliodas releases, which is Red King. This guy right here, in PvP, reduce the pierce rate of all enemies by half, as well reduce any additional pierce rate by half. It works in the back, and that's the whole reason why he's better. Valenti, you need to use her in the front, and like I said, she is a bad unit. So you're gonna be using a wasted slot in the front. Unlike Lilia, right? Because, you also need to use Lilia in the front, but she's a good unit. She reduces ultimate gauge and heals. And her ultimate is really good. Valenti's ultimate needs the enemy to be, buffed for it to really work, which is no one uses buffs in PvP anymore. It's just, if you do summon for her, good luck, but I do not recommend. Again, King will release eventually, right? Eventually. Who knows when. But he is one of the best 4th slot units in the game, because he single-handedly counters piercing. And he counters much better than Valenti, because he also works in ungeared. And he will work much better because you don't need to put it in the front, right? So, other than that, of course, we have the, also people asking what banner will the 10 free multis be that they mentioned for the 100 days. Don't expect it to be in a banner featured unit. what happened, those tickets that were found in the files, they are just regular tickets. So the banner will just be a regular banner. But cross your fingers, the banner will have every year in the game there is an original character. So you might have a chance of pulling Bloody and Meliodas in there. I think it was that was how it was on JP, so they should just copy and paste. So cross your fingers that the banner is going to be like that. But other than that, there's not much else to cover. Yeah. If Valenti comes out, prepare for an like if you think facing Kingbrum here and there is annoying, prepare for facing Kingbrum and the super tanky team that takes almost no damage and stalls the match for 20 minutes. I want to know how a person that uses this team feels. Imagine playing every single match, like every single match you play in the game be 20 minutes long. Just think about it. You need to play a few matches every day, right? And every single match is 20 minutes long. You're just trash. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and good luck if you summon, but please don't.